Here's a question for you. Why do we sometimes say Mary and John run 5 kilometers every Sunday, but we say my dog runs very fast? Run or runs? Ian here. So listen up while I help you understand why sometimes we use run and other times runs with an S. Here's some more examples with other verbs. In the affirmative. You learn English, but my brother learns German. They study in high school, but Fred studies at university. I finish my classes at 8 p.m. and Raquel finishes her classes at 6 p.m. I have a shower in the evenings, while my wife has a shower in the mornings. First things first. My brother, Fred, Raquel, my wife, it, my dog, he, she. These are verb subjects in the third person singular. But what does that mean? It means one other person or thing, a dog for example, that is not me or you. So not plurals, not we, they, my brothers, the students, you and your friends, no plurals. Okay? Then, if run changes to runs, why does study change to studies? And finish to finishes. But, wait for it, have changes to has. These verbs can end with S, ES, or IES. For most verbs, for example work, run, get, know, and hundreds more, we just add an S at the end of the infinitive of the verb. So works, runs, gets, and knows. For verbs that finish with the letter Y, stay, enjoy, study, fly, we have to look carefully what letter appears before the Y. Stay becomes stays, and enjoy becomes enjoys, but study changes to studies, and fly changes to flies. Can you see why? Look at the ends of the words. Stay and enjoy finish with a vowel and Y. So stay is AY, enjoy is OY. In these cases, we just add an S to make the third person singular form. Study and fly finish with a consonant and Y. Study with DY and fly with LY. In these cases, we remove the Y and then add IES. The pronunciation isn't affected by this change. So, stay, stays, enjoy, enjoys, study, studies, and fly, flies. Then, what happens to finish, changing to finishes? Here we add ES. Here are some more examples with an added ES. Catch, catchers. Buzz, buzzers. Mix, mixers. Wash, washers. Miss, missers. So, why do we add ES to these words in the third person singular? Listen to the pronunciation. Catch, buzz, mix, wash, miss. These words finish with what are called sibilant sounds. Ch, z, x, sh, z, s. Try pronouncing them. Catches, buzzes, mixes, washes, misses, with 3 S's. It is not possible. we have to create an extra syllable by putting E and S. So notice the pronunciation. Catchers, buzzers, mixers, washers, missers. Some more examples are watch, watchers, fizz, fizzers, fix, fixers, mash, mashers, kiss, kissers. Go and do also add ES in the third person. Notice the pronunciation. The ES helps us to maintain the pronunciation go, goes. Without the E, it would be goss, not the same. Another example is echo, which becomes echoes. The thunder often echoes down the valley. Have is an irregular formation. It wouldn't be English without an irregular word. With have changes to has. I must emphasize to you that these changes are only in affirmative sentences. Margaret lives in England. She has 3 children and she works in a bank. In negative and interrogative or question sentences, we do a really neat trick. Watch and listen. Margaret doesn't live in Scotland. She doesn't have 4 children, and she doesn't work in a school. Can you see what we do in the negative form? Watch what happens. Margaret lives in England. Margaret doesn't live in Scotland. In the affirmative, the S is on live, lives. In the negative, we put the S on the auxiliary verb do to make does for doesn't. We do not put an S on the verb live. Let's see the other 2 transformations. She has 3 children. She doesn't have 4 children. She works in a bank. She doesn't work in a school. Isn't that cool? I love how this works. Here's a question about Margaret. Where does Margaret live? Can you see what happens? Correct. We put the S on the auxiliary verb do to make does, and the principal verb live with no S. It's really easy, isn't it? Here are 2 more questions about Margaret. How many children does she have? Again, look at the position of the S. Where does she work? Not works. Let's recap the basics. With a normal verb, we add an S, works and sleeps. With a verb with a vowel and Y, we just add S, plays, enjoys. A verb with a consonant and Y, we change to IES, studies, hurries. Verbs ending in CH, double S, double Z, O, X or S, we add ES. Teachers, missers, buzzers, goes, fixers, buses, and with the verb have, we change to has. If you'd like a summary chart of this lesson and some exercises to practice, click here or on the description bar below, and please subscribe and share this video with your friends. I'd really appreciate it.